Hello again, everyone.
Hello, everyone. I think it's time to go shopping for a new outfit.
I think so too. We've just hit level 18 and almost 19 for Rolled, so it might actually make sense to hit Rolled 19 to get him the Emerald Death before we go shopping. But we're on a new zone here. We've got the Pawn Shop over here. And the proprietor doesn't get a name unlike the last guy. We can't buy anything from him yet because it's way too high level for us now. Some good stuff here. For some reason, most of the shops in the game had really mismatched equipment, but here it's pretty uniform. You have boots, you have gloves, and you have weapons.
He knows how to collect an inventory.
Mm-hmm. And let's see. There's that sewer grating. So once again, the blood trail. So I feel like I can now talk about my theory, which is that probably we know that the prison people had weird-smelling blood full of chemicals because of all the experiments they were subjected to. We know that there's been a blood trail leading from the prison, where Felicity was last seen carrying a body out, basically. It's gone through all of these zones, which is apparently the way to get to Hugh, and then here it is where she dropped somebody's brother into the roof. And so my theory, basically, which I think is the simplest one explaining things, is just that this blood trail was left by Felicity going the same way that we were, or close to it, and just dragging this body along so she could drop it into the roof to start this riot that's going on now, because she wants to overthrow the mayor. Alright, let's go overthrow the government.
Put down your weapons. Resistance will be met by force.
I don't usually resort to violence, but I've got a major headache right now.
He has a giant sword.
The riot police here is kind of like a ZPCI elite. Which does make you wonder a little bit why it is that ZPCI elites are so much weaker than just some ordinary riot policemen. The police in this city are surprisingly powerful when you think about it. These guys, they don't have any single one killer move other than that enrage ability, but they are just pretty formidable all-around fighters, who have some good offense, some good defense, so it's not easy to take them out. Especially when you have multiple of them going out at the same time that could be enraging at once, it's hard to crowd control them as any other class. But Biological has options, most of those options being Crystallize. Or Disrupt. Disrupt works pretty well too. Anyway, when it's just 3-on-1, it's not too difficult. Nice, we've got our Sunder on him. Sunder and Wound now going to be stacked up. Take damage over time, but I regenerate, so...
Felicity must have been going pretty fast for the body to still be bleeding after this many.
Well, that was unexpected. Guess we lose this first fight.
Well, let's see how the Rolled and... I'm not even going to bother saying his name. Let's see how Rolled does. See, they got him more than halfway.
Heal while you've got greater purpose on, why don't you?
Nah.
Okay, there we go. Attack! Well, that was bad.
Oh, he's even the one that killed him with his little hobo hat. I don't remember what it's called.
I think it was the beard, the hobo's beard.
Ah.
Okay, well now let's head back to the labyrinth and do some shopping. You can see the inventory is quite full. Let me just get things I'm going to sell down here. So I'm going to sell that and that. Never, ever sell these hats. They're the most important item in the game. These hats are your life if you want to get through this zone.
Do they have gas masks?
No, they don't. But the important is 125 physical defense, which is the only thing that will keep you alive when the dogs start chewing on you.
Hmm.
So, let's see. First of all, I think pretty much everyone would have these hats unless there's a special reason otherwise. So 9, 17, 28. Yeah, it's just better than what I've got anyway.
But it doesn't look as cool.
That is true, but also, not having, your head ripped off by a dog looks cool, so...
Fair.
We're gonna replace that
Paradox
weird
definitely
beard.
needs one so he doesn't get stabbed in the head again.
Yes. You never know, Felicity might be around here somewhere. Those won't be wearable for a long time. Alright, 1728-11. It's not a straight upgrade. It'll actually make them a lot fragiler, so I might actually keep the Venom Steel Armor around as an option. Could be useful for me so I can heal people by more, actually.
Ah, yes. The white t-shirt,
1728.
superior to elite armor.
Yes. It says enhanced protection for the workers. So if I wear this, I'll be faster and I'll hit a lot harder, but it'll be a lot less sturdy. Considering I just got killed by a critical, maybe I should put this thing on. It'll also let me heal everyone else a bit better. I think I'll switch to the mining shirt for now, but I will at least keep this thing around. And for Veridux, I think it's probably better too. So we're all dressed pretty much identically as miners at this point, but we'll go through this equipment to see what's worth. Oh, that's not worth keeping. Out it goes. Garbage. Now we're talking. The flamboyant shirt, which smells of perfume. The 1515 Instinct and Strength smells like a Veridux item. Although with 28 Strength in comparison, it's not that amazing, really. They can make his heals a little bit better, but his damage a bit worse. And the Vitality would go way down. I'm still leaning toward the shirt for now. Wow, these are really good Instinct items, but unfortunately we have no Instinct party members. 17 lower rank. I guess it is probably an upgrade, though. Only 8 Strength less and a ton more Instinct. So we'll give it to him for now and think about switching it up. The top hat is not impressive. Out it goes. Emerald Death we are certainly keeping, after all that work we went to get it. Pride's Grip can go, Old ZPCI Boots can go, Dexterity of Clemens can go, Deathbone Armor can go, it's an Instinct item. Alright, let's just offload all of this stuff now.
Money, money, money.
Yes, indeed. A lot of euros. Let's spend euros in Sunny Land. I guess there was a unit of enemies he fought early in Sunny 1 called like GSG-9 Assault. I think GSG-9 is some kind of German organization, so it might actually be that it's in post-apocalyptic Germany or something. The developer was German, so who knows. Alright, Instinct items, out they go. Instinct items, out they go. Low-level items, low-level items, Instinct items. If I was an Instinct character, I'd be very happy with these drops, but they're the exact wrong thing for me, unfortunately. Oh, we have 2 Venom Steel Armors. I doubt we'll need both of them, I'll sell one. The right leggings might be useful when we get high enough level to wield them. Okay, so now time to figure out what to actually wield. Well, for Sonny, I've got pretty bad shoes. Can I buy better shoes here?
It's always the shoes.
It is always the shoes, right? Although, some of these other things aren't that great either. Leather wraps are not that good, but the shoes are the worst. 315.5. Options are inferior. Okay, I'm going to keep these bad shoes, I guess. Unless maybe someone else can wield one of these and I can switch from Veridux's shoes. But no, these are bad for Veridux too. So never mind that. Leather wraps, 7, 17, 11. I think that's better. Yep, acidic leggings, here we come. Tiny bit of poison piercing. And poison piercing is the least useful piercing because all poison damage is done over time, and therefore piercing doesn't really apply. So a tiny amount of the most useless kind of piercing. 17, 28, 11. This might be better for Veridux. Yeah, I could see this for Veridux. Black Ops uniform is worthless, so no to that. Gloves. 11, 18, 8. Well, I can't really upgrade any of my stuff. That's a lot of strength in that acidic vision hat. I can dress up as Elvis here with the concert wig and the rocker's crest. You fought like a rock golem Elvis in the previous game, so...
Oh, I don't remember that.
Yeah, I think it was called Rockstar.
Oh dear.
Yeah, he replaced like the regular rock golem enemies. Okay, so we'll take that thing. And Sunstruck Horse is good for either Sunny or Veridux. For Sunny, the benefit would be mostly more strength. For Veridux, I think the benefit is higher, so we'll give it to Veridux who can use the Instinct. Now, don't switch to Annihilation, have a lot less vitality, but have a lot more strength. Probably not unless I switch to Venom Steel Armor. So let's see what the math says here. So the math here is we have 51 speed if I keep this, or let's see. Yeah, 51 speed if I keep this set up. Versus a whole lot less. Okay, so massive speed upgrade if I keep this stuff. 43 plus 28, so that's 71. Versus 85 plus 96. So this is a substantial upgrade in strength, but it's not that big. And vitality is 47 versus... Okay, so it'd be tougher, stronger, a little bit less fast. A lot less fast. Still, I think I'll do that.
Looks cooler, at least.
It does look cooler, although I'm now very green.
Yeah, orange and green is not really the best color combination. Some shades are decent together, though.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this orange and pink...
Can I upgrade these gloves or any other Veridux items? Another thing worth considering, actually, is weapons and shields that I could buy here. But let's think about Veridux first. So Veridux has 8, 5, 11, 8. Versus... So worse speed, much better instinct. So, a lot better instinct, a lot worse strength. Everything else gets upgraded. That does seem worth considering, with him as mainly a healer. Flamboyant Trousers, so 1731, 8. Versus... Oh, this would make him a much worse healer, but would make him a lot sturdier, which is worth considering. I think I'll keep the Flamboyant Trousers for now, though. And then we've got the Flower Shoes. 9, 6, 18, 16, 6. 9, 6, 16, 6. I think he should keep what he's got. Okay, Veridux, you get the Flower Shoes, and the Flamboyant Trousers, and the Rusty Gloves, for some reason. They really will complete the outfit. Okay, so I've got 1785, 9 there. Let me consider these two options together, as well as whatever I can get to replace them. So Lava Sun Barrier, very good, because again, physical defense is quite useful here. Fire defense, moderately useful too, but the physical defense is what's really important. If you've got that and the hat, the dogs will not rip you in half in one hit, which is pretty good.
I like the puppies.
Burke's Precision is interesting. It's named actually for a character from another game by this developer. What was it called? Kingdom of something? The kingdom is called Terradar, I remember that. Moderately good game. Interesting. Sadly never had a sequel to finish up the story. I'll link to it when I remember the real name. So, with that one I'd have 26, 51, 16. So more strength, less vitality, less speed compared to the Unholy Rimblade. So you can see really, the Unholy Rimblade, it holds up pretty well. Yeah, we're like 3 zones later and it's still better than most of what we can buy. It's a strong weapon. Or I could buy the Frozen... Oh, that's an instant thing. So no, I guess we're sticking with either Unholy or Annihilation. So isn't it the good thing that I ground for those weapons? 141 vitality, so I am not the sturdiest one in the party, but I'm reasonably tough, so I can probably do okay at least. We'll keep this for now, and we'll head back to Hugh to rejoin the revolution. Alright, 1 Bloodhound, not too bad. Let's crystallize the Riot Police here. So you see, even with these protective hats, we're taking some heavy damage here. Probably because the dog's chewing our legs low instead. Yeah. Well, if I do a reform on rolled, then I won't be able to crystallize the guy, but oh well. He can't do anything in 1 free turn. He needs 2 turns to cast his super buff and then kill one of us. But I will attack him instead of attacking the Bloodhound to make sure I get my focus back.
Because you won't miss him?
Right. Maybe I shouldn't have taken that risk to do a wound on now. Although I guess I had it before, so never mind, it's okay. I'll start healing up.
Oh, I thought that was not even available.
Oof!
Wow!
Well, I guess I'll waste my damage boost to turn and just keep myself alive.
Yes.
Yeah, when the dogs get criticals, you just die, basically, if you don't have these hats on. And even with the hats, there's a high chance of the dogs, if they're lucky in a fight where there's 2 of them, just double criticalling you and killing you on the first turn.
You took your hat off. Now you're toxic. Oh, you put it back on. Good job. You listened.
Yeah, the change into Toxicant is purely visual. You do still keep all your equipment.
So you're saying there's a hat under your green
Yes.
spire.
Your weird head growths, they grow over your equipment.
Ah, okay.
Roll is no longer the most accurate guy, now that he's got that thing that doesn't boost his speed, but does at least make him very sturdy and have a lot of strength. Setup. That's not too important. This guy has few damage over time things, just like his Night Sick attack pretty much, and maybe Shrapnel, but it's not really that substantial. The Rat Police don't really have like a role in the enemy parties, they're just kind of generous. They have some defensive moves, they have some offensive moves, there's some self buffs, there's some enemy debuffs. No real theme to it. Their equipment, likewise, is kind of generalist equipment. Some of everything. So Veridox kind of likes it, but he'll tend to not be able to wear it before the game ends. So, at least on the Legend run, that is.
He just likes to hang it up in the closet and look at it.
And they're all headed to the mayor's office.
The very conspicuous secret police here. Giant hats.
But you don't know who they are.
I don't think they have masks, do they? Doesn't look like it to me.
Oh, from here the giant hat just looks like a bag over their head.
Oof. That was a lot of damage. Secret police are bruisers. Basically, they have good offense and defense, but there's nothing too amazing about them. No killer moves whatsoever. So, they're really the least threatening enemies you'll fight in this area most of the time.
That's what you think. They might have secrets.
Yeah, that's true. But with the name Secret Police, you might expect a tricky enemy, and they really aren't that. They are just the most direct, straightforward enemy in the whole zone. Again, they have like some self buffs, but their buffs are even less consequential than the Riot Police ones by and large. Yeah, you can have a reform. That was some good damage. Body armor doesn't really matter that much. It's a slight defensive bonus, but it won't really make a difference. Like I said, all their buffs and debuffs are pretty unimportant. In fact, you're usually happy when they're buffing themselves because it means they weren't attacking you that turn. And their damage is at least okay. Although, compared to, either Riot Police when they buff themselves, or to the attack dogs, their damage is nothing. So, they don't stand out in this zone. This is by far the hardest zone, but for most classes, by the way. Biological really comes into its own here, with Crystallize being super useful for crowd control, whereas in the previous zone it was very bad for us because we fought single enemies almost all the time, so you couldn't Crystallize them without just losing 4 turns, pretty much.
So, is this zone harder for biologicals than the last one?
Maybe a little, because it is a tough zone, whereas the last one is generally speaking an easy zone. My performance last time notwithstanding. But this zone is really difficult for almost every class, and pretty difficult even for biological. But biological will have an easier time with it than most other ones, I would say. Way to go, rolled there. It occurs to me I should probably put Disrupt back on my bar here. I will want that for one upcoming fights against the cyborgs. Androids, actually.
Very important difference between the two.
Glowing, flashing shot there that does surprisingly little. Everything about the Secret Police is very flashy and very ineffectual.
That's their secret. They keep it a secret because if the mayor found out how incompetent they were, they'd be fired.
Imperial armor and royal leggings are what the Secret Police wear.
Ah, yes, that's very, modern to go with the modern organization. Which one's Disrupt again?
Disrupt is remove the enemy focus.
Ah, yes. Okay.
Although, maybe I shouldn't go for that. I do have other things I should be considering. I might dump Toxicant Form here. I might put Subversion back on the bar. I might dump Break and put Disrupt on the bar. This is a very defensive zone most of the time. It might be overkill having both Subversion and 2 Reforms. We'll see. But having lots of options here to keep yourself alive is very useful. Break is less reliable. I can just do quick strikes to get people slowly chipped down. So I've got Wound maxed out. I could level up Evolution or Endurance. Pass increase my life by a little, which would increase my healing by a little tiny bit. So increasing my Vitality by 2% also helps, so I'll go with Evolution here, I think. Alright. Our first mini-boss guy. I think of him as a mini-boss anyway. So this fight revolves around these 2 buffs. Guns Blazing and Reloading. Guns Blazing makes him do massive damage. And he wasted it there.
Donuts!
Oh, this... Okay, forget this. I'm just going to crystallize him. We can't damage him and he heals by like 1,000,000% of his enormous HP bar, so forget that.
Oh, he has 100,000 HP.
He does have 100,000 HP.
Wow.
So yeah, the only way he can beat him is he uses this thing on himself that is called Reloading, which is not, as you might expect, mutually exclusive with being Guns Blazing. He can have both.
That sounds dangerous.
Yes. But while he's reloading, he takes a lot more damage. That's the way you actually damage this guy. Nothing else really matters that much. Anyway, if you have bad luck, he'll just constantly use the Guns Blazing thing and you'll never really get a chance to damage him very much.
Was that why
There we
he was
go.
glowing orange?
Yes. So now we can damage him. Now he takes quintuple
blue.
damage. Yes.
Like my college colors.
Orange and blue, yeah.
Yes. I once said I was never going to go to that college because of the colors. It was actually because it was local. But local was cheap, so I went to that college.
So his self-healer called Donuts, and it's a small percent of his max HP, but his max HP is so huge that it's really pretty substantial.
It's been a while since I've had a good donut.
There's almost no such thing.
Mini donuts, though. Like, the best...
I've never ever had a good mini donut.
They're usually not that good.
They're usually awful.
Okay, no. There's this food truck that went to the Cascade fireworks show every year, and I was never allowed to get mini donuts there until one year I had my own money. So I went and bought myself mini donuts, and they were the most heavenly thing. And I thought, like, years later, because I was a kid, I thought, maybe I was just not used to mini donuts, and I was excited about buying them. Maybe they weren't that good. So I bought them again several years later. Heavenly.
I've never had a good one. In fact, the only good donuts I've ever had in my life, really, were when I was a Boy Scout, and we made homemade donuts a couple of times. Those were very good.
You still have that recipe?
Sadly, no, I don't.
Ooh, ouch.
Yes, but he's no longer Guns Blazing, so we can now survive him. Most of my recipes either I came up with myself or I got from my mom, who's a very good baker.
Mine come from Google. Except for one, the lemon sugar cookies that I make for Valentine's Day.
Were those your grandma's recipe?
Yep, and they're 1,000,000 times better than sugar cookies, which are not great.
I actually have to disagree with you on that one, actually. I don't like most sugar cookies.
Are
I
you
agree with you on that
going to
part.
insult my cookies?
No, I'm going to say that your grandma's cookies are not quite as good as my mom's sugar cookies.
Oh,
I'm
I don't know if I've
contractually
had
obliged
them.
to say that my mom's cookies are the best. Because
Did you get something in return? Because if not, it's not legally binding.
I've got the police colonel on hand here, so I really don't want to risk it. There's any kind of legal ambiguity about it.
Fine. Although, breach of contract is generally civil, not criminal. I don't know if I've had your mom's sugar cookies, though.
Probably not. I don't think I make them because my other cookie recipes are much better. Like my chocolate chip orange cookies are...
Wow! They're much better than your mom's sugar cookies,
And by the
which
transitive
are
property
better
there,
than...
yes, that's right. I said it.
I agree. Those orange chocolate chip cookies are really good. I think I just like citrus in my cookies, apparently.
Yeah. Citrus and chocolate is usually a pretty good combination.
Or chili and chocolate.
Yeah, that's pretty good too. I do make some very good Mexican chocolate brownies, although it's been a while. I think I prefer my lemon frosted or orange frosted brownies, because again, citrus and chocolate, so...
Yeah. When I put chili and chocolate, I think I prefer just literal spicy chocolate rather than a brownie or a cookie. Because at that point it's too diluted. Like, I just want spice and chocolate and nothing else.
He's always disappointed the miss against this guy when he has to reload. Oh no, it's donuts!
Donuts!
No!
And look, it's a bunch of little holes, so they're probably mini donuts. If it was just one hole in the middle, I would say it's a close-up of a donut. I've forgotten what donuts does.
Makes him heal 5% of his max HP, and his max HP is enormous, so... Yeah, we don't want that. That's why I waste a turn just dispelling it rather than even letting him have that heal. Now he's guns blazing again. You know, Subversion's working out pretty well so far. Let's keep trying that. It works well especially because Veridex goes before me, and therefore Subversion actually lasts 2 turns on him rather than 1. So that is a lot better.
The second one will be wasted though, won't it? Because he's at full health?
Yeah, but the important thing is he doesn't die if he gets shot.
Good point, good point.
Speaking of donuts...
Thought you were going to say, speaking of not dying...
I think the last time that we made that really good recipe was when the scout leaders decided there would be a cooking contest to make some desserts. And they decided this because they would be the judges. They clearly benefited from the contest. And
I mean, obviously.
Right. The only prize was that the losers had to clean up after the winners. So there wasn't a prize. You could only lose, basically. There was no winning unless you were the scout leaders here. But the important thing was that my half of the troop made a modified version of the donuts that we called them s'more nuts. They're donuts stuffed with chocolate and marshmallows that were really good and blew the other team out of the water with their apple pie, which my mom treacherously helped them make.
Did she help clean up?
No, she did not.
Do you still have the s'more nut recipe?
Nope, because it relied on the donut recipe. So it's been lost forever, I'm afraid.
I can't gasp any longer.
Well, Rold still can't put on any of the stuff that we got there. The police colonel will drop occasionally his rifle, which has decent stats, but you can't really equip it until the end of the game anyway, so I feel like it's not worth going for. So we shall just save and continue. A lot fragiler this time for some reason.
Oh, wow. Maybe there was a typo and there just wasn't a 0 at the end.
Maybe. So, we now have Felicity available as a party member, but of course it means we need to switch out either Veridex or Rolls. Bad idea. Don't do that. I'll demonstrate, just for the sake of argument, what you can do with Felicity. But she starts off, well, she is high level, with terrible vitality. She'll die in one hit to anything, basically. It's just high piercing, but again, piercing is worthless.
Only 374 HP? Of course she's gonna die to anything.
So the only thing that's good about her is you can give her higher level equipment than anybody else. Which might help equalize her terrible stats. True.
Puppies!
Puppies, and down she goes. So that's why you don't use Felicity.
I didn't even notice that you actually switched her.
Yeah. So she dies in like one shot to anything, unless you give her super good vitality gear, and even then she's not that great. But the bigger problem is her moves are just trash. They have no function in defending the team. She only has offensive moves. She doesn't have any good stuns like Rold has. She has no value to the team. So you take her stuff and you sell it for money. She doesn't even have a custom outfit. She just looks the same no matter what. Also for some reason. So take away her garbage and sell it, and then bench her forever and ever.
Forever and ever is a very long time.
And that's how long she deserves to be benched for.
Yes. I have no idea where that clip of a song is from.
Me either.
I'm pretty sure it's from a children's song of some kind.
Yeah, maybe I should have been worried about that guy having that buff. Because it could potentially... Yeah.
Ooh.
We're okay. Although I am worried about Caretaker making him heal up. We don't want that. There we go. Subversion's great in this fight. In any fight involving the dogs.
Oh, wait. Why did he damage and the dog didn't?
They both healed him.
Oh.
And the wound is healing him too, actually rabies meant to do damage over time.
The 480 was red instead of green, which is why I was confused.
Well, now, honestly, I'm a little bit confused.
Good thing we're recording!
I didn't get rid of Caretaker, so he's still getting that bonus. Okay, well, you get recrystallized. Again, biological, amazing in this zone. One dog at a time. Adrenaline, that's pretty formidable. I'll throw Veridex of Reform. Dogs are hard to hit, too. Oof. Still, I think that...
Forever and ever is a very long time. Winnie the Pooh.
Oh.
It's a song from, like, the one Winnie the Pooh movie I had growing up.
Isn't there only one? I don't know.
I don't know. I had one VHS that I think technically had 3 little mini stories on it, but other than that one VHS, I've never been exposed to anything Winnie the Pooh, so I have no idea what format it is in.
I like the book a fair amount.
I knew there was a book. I've never seen the book, but I knew there was one.
Yeah, it's mostly like, short stories about, this bear and his friends and so forth.
The 100 Acre Woods.
That's right. Which isn't that much, really. Because, like, a square mile is, 640 acres, and therefore it's less than a sixth of that?
Well, there's a little kid running around it. You probably can't go too far every day.
A square mile, though, you can usually walk less than a mile in not that many minutes, even as a kid. Anyway, good book as I recollect it, but it has been decades since I read it. Not too much to talk about while the enemy is crystallized,
Yeah.
And the other one's stunned.
We could keep talking about donuts.
I have exhausted my donut stories, really. Because, like I said, I hate donuts most of the time. Whereas I dislike most of them. That's too strong a word. I dislike most donuts that I've ever had, so I just won't eat them most of the time.
Yeah, most of the ones I've been exposed to are corporate event donuts, which are just kind of meh.
The one at the company that I worked at until recently, they had this boutique donut store that was always trying to be very fancy and would include all these unusual flavors that I thought were terrible, like bacon and maple syrup.
No, that's not terrible. That's not even boutique. That's like the thing you use when you're faking boutique.
Fair. That was the least weird of their flavors.
They were always stale by the time they got to us. Like that particular donut location. Goo Donuts? Was that it?
Something like that.
Yeah. No, maple and bacon, back when I used to work at Papa Murphy's, right next to an Albertsons, occasionally I would go over and buy a maple bar, then buy myself 50 cents worth of bacon off the pizza bar, and make myself a maple and bacon donut. Not a maple and bacon pizza. That would be gross.
Yes. So this is an interesting fight here. We've got the first android guard, and kind of like the knights from a previous zone, they have a very powerful shield they put on somebody else, and they'll always choose the top guy, which is important to know. They also have a pretty strong self-shield, much stronger than the knights. Actually, stronger than the one they put in anybody else. So you can't really break their self-shield. But they have to reapply it pretty often, and it costs a lot of focus. And when they run out of focus, they stun themselves. Kind of like a combination knight-priest from back in Overversal.
But with 250 focus.
It takes a while, but with Disrupt, you can fix that. So that's what we're going to do here. I think it costs him 50 a pop to put it on himself. I could be wrong about that. So maybe I'll have you heal, and I'll have you... Oh, I don't have... Oh, whoops, I messed up there. Alright. I should probably just crystallize the Riot Police anyway.
Which one?
The top one.
If you crystallize them, will the android still shield him?
Yes.
Nice.
Okay, hopefully he won't die this turn. Yeah. No, that was close. That was really close because I messed up, but oh well.
So impressive, you knocked my sock off. So I took the other one off to match.
Okay, let's disrupt and get rid of that Doom buff. And let's keep you alive, too. can't recrystallize immediately. Oh man, they do a lot of damage, don't they?
Yeah.
Criticals are a major threat here, which is why I mentioned the Lava Stone barrier is good, because it protects you against their criticals as well as against dog ones.
Does somebody have that?
No.
Okay.
It's good, but we couldn't really afford to get it this time. Alright, subversion for you, and you're gonna stun yourself now, I think. First aid, I don't like that. That is healing up. I don't like that I'm injured either. Alright, let me just crystallize that guy and get him out of here. The riot police are taking a long time to kill this time. Which is not great when these guys are pummeling me. Protect me. Oh, he didn't protect me. He decided to not even try and instead just leave me to potentially die and make me lose this whole fight. But thankfully, no.
He got what he deserved.
Yeah, no thanks to Veridux there, but still alive.
Those are some sad little heals. Only 300?
Yep.
Whatever happened to the 1200 ones?
I'm the only good healer in this party.
Oh.
Alright. You take care of that guy, I'm gonna heal myself. Yeah, I'm the healer in this party.
Yes.
Alright, now the Android Guard, I feel like I should just actually stun the riot police. Yeah, Veridux, the loss of Veridux, I don't even care. He's been so bad. It'll slow me down, but I'm so disappointed in him not even trying to heal me that time when I put him on phalanx mode and was at one shot away from dying. So he gets to stay dead for now. Alright, now we can focus on the android because he is stunned and therefore doesn't have his shield and therefore has less HP. Because remember, shields count for HP. I do keep disrupting him so he doesn't immediately re-shield himself. Spoiler everything. There we go, that stun there is going to be pretty timely. Although it still won't be sufficient, will it? Now we're going to run out and he'll be able to re-shield himself unless he gets silenced. He did not get silenced. That's disappointing, but maybe roll to silence him now? Yeah, no force field for you! Can we take him out before we deal with the riot police? That's a strong possibility, at least. I'm going for it. Nope!
Oh.
Ooh, it's bad. He's gonna shield himself now. Oh, and he's getting healed, too. Okay. Well, that's not really great, but whatever, we'll survive. I'm gonna crystallize that guy. Then what I'm gonna do, I think, is wait a couple turns.
That was damage.
Yes. Your Android guards hit pretty hard too, and they do magic damage, which you don't have a helmet to resist. Or cosmic damage. And I'm going to crystallize this guy now, or... No, I won't. Actually, I'm going to disrupt this guy now. There we go. Now he's going to have to put himself to sleep and try to recover. And you get crystallized, and now we have free range to pummel the Android guard. Although that's not what you did. In any case, we now have free range to pummel the Android guard. We've got a few turns in which we can probably take him out. Assuming we don't get... Actually, we can't miss because he's stunned. Yeah, forget that. He's done for.
Do all stuns result in you not being able to miss? Or was
Yes.
there an exception?
A person who's stunned can't be missed.
Okay. I
The
must
game
be
doesn't tell you that
thinking
anywhere.
of a different game.
I'm sure you're right. I don't know what game it would be, though.
I'm sure there's a game out there somewhere where you can miss a stunned enemy.
Warcraft, although you can only miss if you're either firing on pills or range unit or you're cursed by a banshee.
Yes, I assume that was correct.
I don't think you're thinking of that one, though, because we haven't done much Warcraft.
I'm not at all thinking of that one, I'm quite sure. I don't even know what the heck a banshee is.
You know, the undead ghost mage units that can possess people. I never use them because I hate them.
It's been a while since we've done the campaign.
Yes.
I'm more used to the other things that I don't think include banshees.
Yeah, we have played some random maps together.
Okay.
Banshees are available on those, of course, if you play undead. But I wouldn't build them as undead in normal circumstances. And I don't play undead that often anyway.
Is that tower defense?
Tower...
Skibby's... I'm not sure which map you're talking about.
I'm talking about any regular old Warcraft map.
Where you play as undead.
Yep, 4 races, right? Humans, orcs, night elves, undead.
Oh, I was thinking of things like Skibby's tower defense and the defense of the ancients, Dota.
Right.
And your map, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Which I don't think has... None of those, I think.
There are units that use the Banshee model
Got it.
in several of those.
But they aren't called Banshees.
Right.
Which would explain why I didn't recognize the name.
Yes. Well, let's get the last level of evolution here. And save. We're level 20. Can we buy anything from this shop now? Nope, 21 is the crucial level. Can't do anything.
You could buy it.
Yeah, so we just can't use it. Double androids and specialists.
Ooh. Is the specialist an android?
I don't think so. I think he's kind of a Felicity clone who has black metal, like Felicity as a boss had, which is nasty, because that means you can't heal the person, so they're just going to die.
Huh.
So you want to avoid that. Death is bad.
Unless it's on Veridox. Then it's only a minor inconvenience.
Yes. But here, where we're playing as biological, we've got options. Even if we get black metaled, just crystallize that guy, or just subversion that guy. It's okay. I should probably crystallize one of these guys, kind of thing, so they don't kill us too hard. But the android guards will spend a lot of time just guarding each other or shielding themselves, and that is not really productive, so it's not too bad to have... Yeah, they're going to spend the next turn just... Yeah. It's really like 60x of their strength protecting them. We're not attacking that, we're attacking this guy. They'll never guard this guy.
They don't like him.
Yeah, he's not one of them. He hasn't done black metal yet, so...
You know, Roll's visuals just went behind the android guard. So you've been doing that this whole time? Or is that a one-time? Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, it does kind of look weird like that, doesn't it? Ooh, that is a nasty stun there, chloroform.
Mm.
That's a problem, because now we're not going to have an easy time taking this guy out after all. Most of the debuffs that you're attacked for the android guards don't matter too much. Okay. They're going to shield them... Yeah, the guard of the children are going to shield themselves.
I mean, they are called guards.
Yes. They guard the... They're not androids that guard things, they guard androids.
Is there any technology in here that would indicate androids or...
What do you mean?
Well, it was silly because I just realized if they were guards of androids rather than androids who were guards, they would still need to be guarding androids.
Let us recrystallize that guy. Although he's about to stun himself at some point. Still. We can hit this guy. Although he unfortunately will be able to reshield, because I didn't have enough disrupts on my bar. So yeah, he gets to reshield. Oh no, he shielded his buddy instead. How noble. Okay. He still has the focus to reshield himself, so that's not great. No more focus for you. You can now put yourself in a recharge coma, and you get crystallized. Now this is easy. If the android guards protected the specialists, it could be a tough fight, but if you know how the AI works in this game, you can strategize. And so that's one thing I've talked about several times, is that the AI prioritizes whoever's in the top spot, followed by whoever's in the bottom spot, and the guys in the middle they don't care about.
No change for HP or damage.
Not that I've noticed, although actually I guess sometimes I've seen if the top guy is not damaged and the bottom guy is damaged, they might heal the bottom guy, if they have a heal spell specifically.
Ah.
So he is getting 15 focus per turn, but I can disallow some of that focus at least. Maybe we can keep him down low enough that he will have to restun himself. Maybe. Especially if Veridox purges off the shock recovery. But we'll see if that happens. Almost there. Well, he hasn't really purged it off, so the guy is back at a good amount of focus, but I can just disrupt that again. Or we can just kill him now.
Yeah.
So it worked out pretty well. The titanium cranium. One of my favorite items.
Excellent.
It's not a very good item because you can't use it till the game is over again.
It's an amazing item with a name like that.
I do like the name a lot, yeah.
Stats don't even matter.
Most of the android items give huge amounts of vitality, decent amounts of speed, and some instinct. So they're good for... semi-good for instinct characters. They're okay for Veridux, maybe, but... you can't wield them yet because, again, we're not high enough level. Which is one reason that Legend runs are so difficult. You just can't use the good gear that you're getting. Okay. Next up, we've got... oh, just a cutscene here.
They're getting closer. They're gonna hang me for this.
Not to worry, Maya. Plans are in motion to subdue the masses once again.
Hello, boys. Did you miss me?
She has 7,000 HP now. Her HP's all over the place.
I thought you were dead. Don't let her come near me.
So the mayor seems to be like the appointed dictator of the city.
Only you got experience out of that?
Yeah,
Not even Felicity?
nobody likes her.
Fair enough.
Well, the next fight may take a few tries and possibly some choosing new abilities. I think we better pick up with that next time. Until then, have a great day, everyone.
Have a great day.